Jennifer Felix. I have two women here. We're at a church. They feed the homeless, and they said they can be filmed. So I legally asked them, you guys, okay? So you guys want to introduce yourself and explain what you're doing here for the homeless people in your community. This is Pennsylvania. I'm not going to give the exact location, but what are you guys doing to help the homeless in your community?
My name's Lynn Mall. I'm the Director of Operations and Development here at Hands Across the Street. And I will tell you, we are in Columbia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay to mention you.
Yeah.
What we do here for the homeless is we do have a homeless shelter. It's open year-round.
Okay.
We have a day center that's open 8 to 4. Where they can come in and get resources, help with IDs, job searches, home searches. We also have a soup kitchen weekdays,
Okay.
11 to 12. We have a clothing bank. We have a food pantry. So we try to reach out in every different way we can think of to help not only the homeless, but our local community who may need help.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, that's what we do here. We've been filling the need since the pastor's been here since '04. But
Okay.
the need has been starting to be filled with the homeless since '09. It used to go church to church, and now we're in one location. But the biggest deal right now is for us to locate the next building so we can keep housing the homeless.
Okay. And this is a problem we're having, you guys. I actually reached out, you guys, to Congressman Lloyd Smucker. He represents Pennsylvania. I'm not, parties doesn't matter here. The issue is the homeless population. And what's going to happen after December is a lot of funding is going to change. So the homeless population will become greater and bigger. And this has to be addressed across all lines. I'm addressing this. You guys know I reached out to the news channel. I reached out to state representative. I'm even going to reach out to Washington if I got to do that, okay? So thank you, ladies, for doing this
You're
small
welcome.
interview. And thank you for helping the community, because this is my community, okay? So thank you, guys.
It's all God's work.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, it's all God's work. And I'm going to speak to some people here. This one lady said she would do an interview. So I'll do a small interview too. And she's homeless. Now, you guys, I have been homeless before. I stayed at a shelter in Ephrata for women and children. I was in an abusive situation and they helped me. So that is my backdrop of my story, okay? So my feet are on the ground. So I want to talk to people right now that are struggling and how they feel about themselves, how they feel about the future. Thank you guys so much.
welcome. Thank
you
Okay.
so much for
Keep
doing
doing what you guys are doing.
Blessings.
This is God's work. Okay. She said she would be interviewed. Sorry, what's your name again?
Samantha.
Samantha. Samantha, how do you feel about being homeless?
It sucks.
And what made you become homeless?
My father died without a will, so I couldn't afford to keep the house that he had.
Oh.
And the mortgage company made it very impossible for me to keep the house.
Okay. Do you have somewhere to stay tonight?
Yes, I stay at the shelter.
Okay, the shelter that they're trying to keep open.
Yes.
Okay, the shelter is down the street here. Mm-hmm. Is it really far?
No, it's about 4 or 5 blocks. I mean, it's about a quarter of a mile.
Oh, okay. So is this a man's and women's shelter or just a woman's shelter?
It is a co-ed shelter.
Okay, so it's a co-ed shelter. So you guys are actually trying to keep this building open. Mm-hmm. Why are they trying to close this building?
Because they don't want us here. They think that we contribute to the homeless problem that exists in this town, and we don't.
Okay.
They don't realize that there's a lot more people in need in this town than the people that reside in the shelter.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, you guys, I want you guys to realize being homeless does not define who you are. Being homeless is across the board as far as homelessness. It's just not single mom with children. Are you a single?
No, I have no children.
She has no children. So this is what I'm saying. This is men, women with children. So this is a big issue and we need to address it. You guys, I'm actually on my phone doing this instead of the camera, but I will get that back up. But I just want to tell you, you know, this is something that I'm fighting for. What do you see in the future as far as the homeless? Do you see it getting better or worse?
Worse.
Worse. And why do you see it getting worse?
Because people want to gentrify communities and raise the rent that, for places, and they're not building any new housing for people that is affordable for people to live in. And all that's left is pre-existing houses that get bought up, and then the rent's made ridiculous to what people are actually earning.
Yes, and you guys, I did say this. They went up after your year lease. They can go up on your rent. In the state of Pennsylvania, there's no cap on the rents here. So after a year where you reside at your residence, they can go up as much as they want. My landlord went up actually almost $300 in 1 month. Okay, so my rent is raised more than what it was. So this is happening everywhere in the world. They have in California. There's a place called Lancaster, California. They moved the homeless community in the desert, the Mojave Desert, and they have different zones where they push them out of the community. And they feel like the homeless people, they don't see them, they don't value them.
Well, that's because they're not tax-paying citizens. You have no value if you're not contributing to elected politicians' pocket, so they don't consider you worthy of it. But they don't realize that just because I'm not paying taxes right now because I don't have a job, that I still don't have a voice. I still have the right to vote.
Yes, and she has the right to vote. This is why I said it's very important that you guys get out and vote. You guys seen that I put the video up where I voted, and I was so glad of the different races that I did see come out. There was a mixture of Caucasian, Hispanic, and Black, and at the voting poll where I just left. And I'm so proud to see that because people are coming out in numbers, and this will make a difference. I will be praying for you.
All right, thank
and
you.
I hope nothing but the best for you.
Thank you.
Okay? And God always got you.
All right, thank you.
Okay? And keep your faith, because I've always kept my faith. I have been homeless before with my child. I was in a domestic violence situation. I was very young. And you feel hopeless, but when you keep your faith, it keeps you grounded and centered, okay? And there's a light at the end of the tunnel, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right? And I will be praying for you, okay?
Thank you.
All right? Thank you for doing this,
No problem.
okay? All right, you have a blessed day.
You too.
This is Travis, and he's willing to be
Oh,
interviewed.
okay, this is Travis. Hi, Travis, I'm Jennifer. I'm just talking about like what's going on with the homeless community and how it's affecting, and how do you feel personally about this issue? Can you
I
talk about?
feel being part of the homeless community and delving into people's needs and hurts and upsets and being on the street with them, laying when we have had to lay outside, and people that have been affected by this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm one of them,
okay,
and they're part of me.
yeah. And how do you feel like the Pennsylvania, the representatives and stuff can help the homeless community? Because I don't see them doing nothing about it.
They have enormous amounts of wealth that are dedicated to this and that and this and this.
But they're not talking to the homeless community. Like I seen Smucker, he did an interview on the news, and he didn't go to the housing authority. He didn't go to the homeless community. I mean, he went straight to the farmers, and these are people that are generational wealth. They keep the generational wealth in their family. These are millionaires, okay? They do donate their fresh produce to the homeless. Because in the city, when I went into the city, they were getting donations from the farmers. Some of the farmers do donate. But this is going to be a bigger issue in the future. And do you feel like there's a purpose? Is it going to get better? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Like I said, if they would gear the money and their resources and time and energy towards the things that I feel really, really matter.
And what do you feel that really matters?
Humans.
Humans.
Human beings.
Yes.
People that are hurting.
Humanity.
People that are hurting. People that have been destroyed, that have been beaten, that have been smashed down. You know, our sole purpose here isn't to amass cars and mansions and all this other stuff.
Not, it's not, see, the thing is you're talking about materialistic things. Because we come in as dust, we leave as dust. So those things, the cars, the houses, they don't go with us to the heavenly realms. So people are only focused on the materialistic things, and you cannot take those things with you guys. I keep saying this. Your house, your car, you do not take those things. None of that. Not the money in your bank if you have money. You don't take those things with you. I'm going to see if she has the lady that I was just speaking to. If any of you guys want to donate, this is a cause to donate to the homeless.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You
These
speak.
people are absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Like the main manager, if you met her, Liz,
Yes.
you want to talk about somebody that has a genuine heart and actually cares.
Yeah.
I mean, she's listened to the people breaking down. She's been in the depths, of people's sickness and hurts. And
Yeah.
like Lynn, that was just here, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. I can't stress enough
Yeah.
the goodness that has been shown to us.
Okay. And my dad used to always say, test the spirit. And what he meant by that was test the spirit of your soul, okay? Humanity is a part of life, okay? We cannot forget about humanity. We cannot forget about our community. We need to lean on each other. And it's the rich are getting rich, the poor are getting poor, and they are not even acknowledging that we have a homeless community, okay? And if you guys want to donate, I will ask the lady that I was just speaking to about where you guys can donate to this cause. You guys were all in this together. This is happening across the nation, but this is my community, and I will speak on my community. And I reached out to Lloyd Smucker about this. I reached out to the news channel, WGLA News, about what is going on. They know what's going on, okay? They know it, but they don't want to face the issue. So we might have to bring this issue to them. You understand what I'm saying? We might have to come to them, because if they don't want to see us or hear us, we will make them see us and hear us, okay? And I thank you for, is there anything else you want to say?
I just praise God. I praise God for this place. I praise God for the wonderful people that provide the food here every day. I praise God for Liz.
Hi, Liz.
For Lynn.
I heard so much about you.
All these wonderful people that care about us, that have.
And I care about you too. I was homeless. I was in a domestic violence situation with my daughter, and I was in a shelter for like 6 months in Ephrata. It's called Good Samaritan. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So I was homeless. I was there, and when I was homeless, I felt scared. I felt alone. I don't want to start crying.
No, it's okay. You can cry.
I felt scared. I felt alone, but and I felt scared for my child. But the one thing I kept was my faith.
Yep.
And that's all we can continue to do is keep our faith and stay centered and stay grounded in our faith, because that's one thing they cannot take away from us is our faith, okay? And I will keep you in my prayers, okay? And remember that you are not alone, okay? You are not alone. I'm going to be the voice for the voiceless, okay? I have reached out to Congress. I have reached out to the news channel. They don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to keep talking about this. If I have to get a petition signed, I'm going to get a petition signed, because you guys are my neighbors. It's not even my neighbors. This is a part of humanity, you guys. This is what humanity stands for. And in today's world, we lack humanity, okay? Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
And just keep your faith, and I will be praying for you, okay? All right. God bless you.
God bless you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just heard a lot about you. Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm just getting over COVID. I'm fine. I'm allowed to come out. No, I know it's like I have a mark on my forehead. No, but I just want to talk about. I was just driving by. I just want to the church over there and lit a candle and prayed and stuff like that. But I just wanted you to talk about, like, what are you doing for this community? I didn't even know this place was here. I know they have.
You're not a lot.
I went and I did an interview downtown Lancaster, and there was an older Hispanic lady, and she had a lot of health issues, and I reported it to Office of Aging, and they removed her that very day. Okay.
That's fast.
And the homeless community, they really, I asked them if I could video them. And at first, some of them were like, no, 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 no. And then I'm like, look, I'm here for you guys. I will come back with blankets, whatever I have to do, I'm here.
Ben's Park?
Yeah, Ben's Park. Yes, it was at Ben's Park. And they came and they got the lady that day, because she wasn't there when I came back with the blankets. So they came and got her. She was in a wheelchair, and the homeless people were actually looking out for her. And to see that, I mean, that could have been my grandmother.
They form little communities.
Yeah, that could have been my grandmother. That could have, and I'm gonna go back to that place, you guys, because it's right across from the police station. The courthouse is down there. I mean, it's crazy what's going on right now. But can you speak a little bit about what you do?
So my name is Lizzie. I'm currently the case manager here and the shelter administrator.
Okay.
I put opportunities in front of people and let them decide, what works best for them, what fits them.
Okay.
This is everything from building resumes to job opportunities if they're able. If it's a disabled individual, connect them to the resources and the people who can best help their case.
Okay. Can I say something? That's the thing, you guys. The resources, a lot of times people don't know where to go, which direction to go as far as resources.
Yeah, so the first step is 211. Currently, it's kind of like a bottleneck, though. They have very few workers, and the need is very, very big.
Okay.
So you have like 50 people trying to call and get their assessment done, and they don't have enough people to take these calls. And then other programs are out there, but they wait for the assessments to get referrals. So sometimes we run into a problem where there's openings,
Okay.
but people can't really get through to them because they have to complete the 211 assessment.
Okay. And the 211, you guys, it's a hotline that you call. And
Depends on the county you're in.
yeah,
Some-
it depends on the county. You call them and they give you resources. And what's also happening, the mental health, you guys, they have a new number that they, in Pennsylvania, because the mental health is so severe right now because people, mentally, the COVID, I mean, it messed with a lot of people, even me mentally, because I'm in the healthcare field. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff every day, and so they have they have suicide lines because the mental health has risen so much. And my mother said that this was going to happen, the mental health, and she was so right. In the beginning, when this virus first came out, she said the main thing is going to be people's mental health. And we're still recovering from the mental health of this.
Yeah,
This is,
and it's still continuing, and they had an ERAP program.
yes.
A lot of people got connected to
Okay,
that.
can you explain what the ERAP program is so they know?
So the ERAP program is an emergency rental assistance program. The government opened it up for individuals experiencing difficulties through COVID. You would have had to experience job loss or an inability to pay rent and such to get services from them. It was a 15-month program. Some people were able to get 18 months out of it. I believe they've since shut it down.
Yeah, the December 1st, the program will be shut down. So that means the people that was getting help with their rent, like that people that were exposed to COVID, it will completely stop. So what's going to happen after December?
Homeless is going to rise.
The whole homeless community, the homeless is going to rise. This is why I'm addressing this. I'm going to get a petition. I'm going to reach out to Smucker again, and I'm going to also reach out to people higher up than Smucker because he represents our community, so he needs to be helping our community.
And it's also got to start at individual town councils and meetings. So any town's mayor, any town's council members, I would strongly encourage people to write them in their community, explain if you know somebody who is homeless, if you've experienced it yourself, the importance of having a healthy connection or a healthy space to fix your focus while you're experiencing that. And that getting rid of shelters and people who help homeless is not the answer to make homelessness go away.
Yeah.
Community leaders should not be pushing homeless out of their town borders. They should act more like leaders and not business people.
Okay, and yeah, and this is what's going on. There was right now in California, it's called Lancaster, California. They pushed the homeless population to the Mojave Desert, okay? They have them zoned. So they move them where people can't see them, the business people, they go to their business every day where they can't see them. So they zone them in the desert. Now, what else I seen in the video is they just didn't zone them to the desert. They had like a place that they went into. It looked like a jail. So they opened the gates. There's a documentary on Vice. You guys need to watch it. It's on Vice, VICE, and it tells you what they're doing with the homeless community. And it's like a jail. Like they go in. It's gated, and they have a room, and the doors are like jail cell. It looks just like a jail cell, but just beautiful, but just nicer. Okay, and this is where they're putting the homeless population, and then some of them are going to the desert. Okay.
There's another location in California. We just went on a missions trip in September.
Okay.
We went to Skid Row.
Okay.
So that's 54 square blocks
Yes.
of area designated for homeless people. People have tents all along the sidewalks. It's like a commercial business area
Yes.
mostly, but they're just out there in the streets.
Well, they're actually moving those people. They're moving those people to the desert.
Right.
Yes, they're moving them out farther to like Lancaster, California, because these people that came from Skid Row, they're moving them to. They're pushing them
further
out,
out so they don't have to be seen.
so they don't have to be
heard,
seen,
and- yeah.
and they don't have to be heard. And this is what's going on, you guys. This is really sad. Yeah.
It is. So we're hands across the street, Columbia Dream Center. We have a website if anyone wants to know the schedules. We have soup kitchen.
Okay, can you speak
shelter.
louder with this?
Yeah, we have a website if anyone wants to check out what we do. It's columbiahas.org. We have a soup kitchen, we have a clothing bank, we have shelter, we have the resource center. My job overall is to kind of let people vent, see what areas are relatable to them and what their needs are, and then connect them to those needs.
Okay, and if somebody wants to donate, where would they go to donate?
The website, columbiahas.org. There you can find the schedule, ways to donate. We have Lynn Mall is our Funds and Development Director, so she can be emailed at lynnmull@columbiahas.org.
Okay, so you guys heard that. So if you guys want to donate, you guys go over there and donate for a good cause.
We are currently looking for a building. I don't know if that's been brought up yet.
Yes, talk more about the building.
So the building we're currently at is owned by someone else, and they are selling it to a new church to come in and have their services there. We have until April to move everybody out of the shelter. We don't know where we're going at this point. We have reached out to council for support. We were shot down. We were told that they do not give money to religious organizations, even though our faith is not a requirement pushed on anybody to come into the shelter. We are one of the only services here in Columbia that are helping homeless individuals. And we were told that a building we were interested in was not zoned properly for a shelter services, even though it's currently between two residential/commercial buildings now, so it wouldn't take much to fix that zoning area.
Okay.
We've kind of got shot down by the local government. We are counting on community members. We have a lot of volunteers in the shelter. My own grandmother's in her 70s. She makes meals every week on Saturdays to feed the shelter people. They're very thankful. They enjoy it.
Yeah.
We run into some opposition and people having kind of petty complaints. The usual stuff you would expect with the stereotypes that come with homelessness, but these people are being judged without actually doing anything wrong. It's just because of the situation that they're in that they're being picked on, and what we do at Hands is try to overcome that and make them feel worth more than what others seem to think they are.
Okay, and I am so glad that thank you for doing what you're doing. And I will keep in touch with you. Do you have a business card?
I don't, but I can get you a number.
Yes, I'm going to, because I want to start a petition.
Okay.
I did reach out to Lloyd Smucker. I did reach out to WGL News about this homeless crisis, this housing crisis. So I did reach out to them. I have one earring one. I'm sorry, but I did reach out to them about this, and it's going to get worse. So like I said, you guys, we might have to bring this fight to them. And what I mean by the fight is go to where they're at, in front of their offices, put up signs, and say, look, we matter. Okay, we matter. We matter. Okay.
It's not just about the people who are currently homeless, but everybody
But that's
who is
going
a
to
paycheck
be-
or two away from being
Yeah,
homeless.
like I work and I do this YouTube channel, okay? And sometimes, most of the times, I don't even have money to save.
Right.
You know, I get by faith. That's the only way I can get by is by faith.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Same.
I give it to the God source, the divine source, because that's all you can do is give it to Him. You know, you lay your burdens down, and, you know, He will answer. You know, and He will make sure you have what you have.
And I came from being homeless.
Okay.
I also addiction.
Okay.
2013.
Can you talk about the addiction? Because the problem is people don't talk about the addiction. I noticed that. Like when I talk to people.
It's shame. It's a lot of shame that comes with it.
Okay.
So I've been clean since 2013.
Congratulations.
Part of my journey involved anxiety after that. I couldn't leave my house for a while, but I needed something healthy to occupy my time to avoid going back to that because I knew I didn't want to go back to that.
Okay. Can you describe like what drugs you were on?
Anything that I could get.
Okay.
So it started when I was prescribed as a child. I was prescribed something for being ADHD.
Okay.
And that medication is what's considered an upper on the streets.
Okay.
So in my mid-20s, my doctor stopped that medication because I would not see a psychiatrist. The reason I would not see a psychiatrist is because they wanted me to continually talk about things that I'd gone through with trauma, PTSD as a child.
Okay.
And those meetings would leave me in a really depressed mind state.
Okay.
So because I refused to continue my psychiatry, they stopped my ADHD medication.
Okay.
Within 3 months of that, I had lost my job, my home, everything that goes with having a job.
Yeah.
And I went to the streets. And for all of 2013, it was not a good situation for me. I eventually ended up in jail. But the night that I went to jail, I was praying for death. I was that broken and tired. I had no healthy connections to find. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me some love.
no, there were no healthy connections in Columbia at that time.
Okay.
In our town, it's sad because there are dealers on most corners within 4 blocks of the Borough Hall and the police station, and it goes unchecked.
Okay.
But what's not on most corners in town is help to get off of the stuff.
Yeah. And I noticed like the police, they just harass people. And I don't understand that when they should be helping the community. Like if they see somebody in need, ask them, look, do you need help? You know, volunteer.
Right, and
Has there been a cop here to volunteer?
Yeah, we had one, and he was a new officer.
Okay.
He came once, and I have my own assumptions that he probably got chewed out for helping us.
Okay.
The borough overall doesn't think it's good here. If you mention anything with the word social in it, it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Unless it's one of their get-togethers down at the market house or something like that. But outside of that, social is a bad word here.
Okay. And social, be more specific about social.
Social services.
Okay.
Helping individuals who are less than.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So they run from that, but they're a part of the social services.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
But they don't fund very much. We did recently have Life Network shut down not too long ago, who the borough was supporting.
Okay.
But when they shut down, that support's no longer here. And when we reach out, we're told that they don't give to religious organizations by the same people who could change the code, because that's the position that they have in council.
Okay.
They've been able to change the code for people for the historical district. You know, you can use composite material instead of wood material. If you can pass something like that, then you can pass that you can give funding to one of the only places helping people overcome this situation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rough road in Columbia, and they spend a lot of time on the main street and fixing that up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you go from downtown over here and head over to Turkey Hill, which is a path that a lot of seniors have to walk,
Okay.
or scooter, or
Yeah.
walkers, whatever they're in.
People with disabilities.
Right, and we've had to pick people up off of the sidewalk over here on the corner just a block from here, who are just trying to get from their home to the grocery store or to the convenience store, which is Turkey Hill, and the sidewalks are so uneven, but none of that matters. The only thing that matters to the current leaders seems to be the main strip of town where they hold the car shows, and they make everything look nice in those areas.
Make it look nice and beautiful.
Just in those areas.
Yeah,
right.
just in those areas. This is why you guys have to, in your community, you have to go to your city council meetings. This is very important because you are a part of this community, okay? So you have to show up, be that voice, okay? Be that voice for yourself, be that voice for your family, be that voice for your community. I'm going to get your number because when I do speak to the news people, I will send them this direction, okay? All right? And I want to thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you for
And
your
God
time.
bless you for your service.
Thank you for being the voice. I
Yes.
encourage anyone who is in recovery to recover out loud. Be the
Okay,
voice for
say
the
that again because this is another topic, you guys. I will do more videos on the recovering, because I never did drugs, so I don't know. I never been in that world. I mean, I was offered drugs when I was in school, and I always said no. You know what I mean? I was the scary one, like, no, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So recover out loud. If you have overcome addiction, recover out loud. Share it with the people who are around you. Sometimes you're the key that unlocks somebody else's sobriety. If they see that it's possible, if they see that they don't have to be stuck in that situation, they too can overcome it, and just be that healthy connection. That's what I strive to do now since overcoming my situation.
And don't judge, you guys. Do not judge.
Right.
Because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story.
Absolutely. And just because someone's homeless does not mean that they're an addict. Some people end up in that situation. through
Yeah,
the
I was homeless. I was homeless with my child, my youngest child, and I was in a domestic violence situation. So I know what you're saying. And there was girls that were in there that were addicts, recovering addicts. And, I would talk to them and stuff like that, but I couldn't relate with them because I've never, did drugs.
Right.
But, they were just telling me stories and stuff like that, so...
And speaking of domestic violence, that's another issue we have here. So if the police come to your apartment, if you're a renter, 3 times, they will basically have you evicted. So if I'm in a relationship with a man who is less than nice and rather abusive or whatnot, and either I call the police or the neighbor calls the police, the police show up to your house 3 times, the whole family gets evicted. The man just doesn't get put out. It's not just him or whoever the instigator or the problem is, the entire family. So woman, child, and husband or father or whatever the case is, all of them get put out. And the domestic shelters are so full right now, there's nowhere for them to go.
No, they're very full right
We
now.
have 15% of our children are currently homeless because of similar situations.
Did you guys hear that? Can you repeat that again, please?
15% of Columbia's children in our school district are currently homeless. 90% of our children, over 90% of our children in Columbia School District are in the poverty range. Our entire school system qualifies for free lunches because our number is so high.
Yeah, we're poor. We're basically poor.
Right. So the people who are in charge, I call them red tape people, are against everybody. I mean, to me, that's 90%. That's way more than half the town, obviously. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to understand how town leaders can be so against such a huge majority of people. And the only thing I see is because people are not speaking up.
Yeah, they're not speaking up, and I'm speaking up. Like I
appreciate it.
I reached out to the news. I've been reaching out to Lloyd Smucker. I mean, I've been on him.
WJAL seems to be pretty linked closely with the local government.
Well,
and
I
police.
think
They don't really
the thing
cover-
about WGL news is I feel like they want to talk about what they want to talk about, their agenda. They want to put out their agenda, but they don't want to hear our problems, what's really going on in the community.
Right.
They want to just show what
The rose-colored glasses.
with the, yeah, once, like I said, you guys, once those rose-colored glasses come off, you can never put those rose-colored glasses back on.
Right.
Okay? So this is what I'm saying. So the glasses need to come off, and they're not going to take the glasses off. They're just telling us what we want to hear, not what we need to hear, and really talking to people that really need help.
Right.
I thank you so much for doing this interview,
Thank you.
because this was a long one, but
You want to
and
interview Levi?
you want to, okay, all right, so give
I'll
me your,
give you my number, yeah.
okay,
Go
so
ahead.
this is Levi. You guys, I know I've been on here for long. Thank you guys for oh, he Eagles fan. Good job, Eagles fan.
Philly, born and raised.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about your story, how you came?
Well, I was in Ohio and everything. I came back down, like back in August or sometime, you know, because of my kids and everything. 'Cause I guess I had certain occasions going on with my kids' mom and everything, and then my own different way, I guess. And now I'm just fighting to get back on my feet. And since I've been here at the research center here, they've been helping with everything since I've been here.
And you will get on your feet,
Yep, and it's possible. See,
because I've been there.
I've been here since August.
Okay.
And next month I got a job just like that.
See how God works, you
And
guys.
it's like, and I learned things ain't gonna always happen overnight either, you know.
It's divine timing.
Everything is a process. It's just not gonna happen overnight, but things do get better in time.
I feel like it's divine timing sometimes.
It is. To me, sometimes I feel like sometimes you have to sit down for a little bit just to get things together first for everything to come into place. Like to me, I had to sit down, relax, take a breather, enjoy the little time that I had before I start working. Because I know once I start working, okay, it's grind time. I gotta do what I gotta do for me and my kids and everything. Right now, my focus is saving up and getting me a place for my kids and everything. And see what goes from there, because right now my kids, they're in the system right now, so I'm just, you know, trying to fight that as well. But, you know, I get good reports on them. They doing good. They smiling. So
Oh,
they
okay.
smiling, so that's all I care about. As long as they smiling at the end of the day, that's all I care about.
Okay.
So that's how I know they're being taken care of.
So there's actually resources like legal aid. So once you
Like,
get
they got all types of resources, like with jobs.
no, but I'm saying since you have your job now, there's downtown Lancaster. There's it's called Mid Penn Legal Services. They have lawyers there that will actually help you get your children back.
They'll help you file the paperwork.
They'll help you file the paperwork. They'll help you. What you need to do is, you know, congratulations for getting a job, and you're willing to work to get your kids back. And I don't see this, and I see this in men, but not a lot of men. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you.
And then I think out of all this that I go through, like I walk around with a smile on my face every day.
It's Jennifer Phillips.
But I hurt half the time. Like, a lot of people don't understand that just because I walk around with a smile on my face every day, don't think I don't go through no type of pain or think I don't have nothing going on with me, because I definitely do. I just try to stay positive at the end of the day, because it ain't easy. It's not.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Half the time I cry every day inside, deep down, I cry almost every single day. Like my son's birthday literally just passed a month ago, and he just turned 1. I couldn't even go to that because of the situation that I'm fighting with my kid's mom.
Yeah.
Because I'm fighting a case with her and everything now, and she's the reason why I can't even see my kids. So it's like,
Yeah, you don't give up.
I'm going
Don't.
through a whole lot right now.
Yeah, but
Trying to focus on getting myself together, but then it's like, I want my kids thinking I don't care and love them and everything, and it's like, it's just so much going on. But you know, I know things will get better in time, so I just, like I said, I stay positive, I pray every day, and I just leave it to the man above.
yeah.
And I tell people anything's living possible. Like, I mean, look at me. I've been there since August. I got a job in September. I've been working ever since. And even with my spare time, like right now, I help around the church and do what I do, just install time until it's time for me to go to work.
Yeah.
I don't go into like 2:30 or so. So.
Do you have a place to stay? Like when you?
Well, I'm in the show. I'm at the shelter.
Oh, you're in the
Yeah, I'm
shelter?
with them.
Oh, see,
So while I'm working on getting myself together, I help them out too while I'm working, so I can see if they can give me a place.
And that is so good. That is so good.
Like,
and
I literally ask them every day, if there's anything y'all need me to do, like, just let me know. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
and
I'm just sitting
it-
here not doing nothing, so it was like, I can't sit down and not do nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how some people can, but I know some people have their own issues and reasons, and
Yeah.
I don't knock nobody for that. But I just know I can't.
Yeah.
I just sit down for a second, unless I'm taking a nap, but other than that, I gotta be up moving. That's
yes,
just me.
yes. And I want to thank you. Okay, so your kids are in the foster system. Like I said, if you go to Mid Penn Legal Services, once you do find a place, they will help you get your kids back. Okay, and your kids know that you love them.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why right now I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. I got my attorneys and everything from up in Berks County and everything that I'm talking to and everything. Because I was just up there a couple days ago, so it was letting me know update of the situation and everything. So they're helping me out with everything they can. So I see them again like within the next month or so. 'Cause I gotta go up there for some other stuff that I have to take care of regarding the situation at hand. So I'm pretty much okay. You know?
Yeah, and you'll be okay.
I'm just taking, like I said, I just take it one day at a time and just,
Yeah.
stay focused.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like we're not in control of our destiny. Like,
And it's funny because there's a lot about Colombia that I learned that I did not even know that it got me. Like,
You know that- you know this- this-
like since I've been up.
this is where the slaves came. This was the Underground Railroad.
That's what I found that out when I just came.
Yeah,
down here.
this is where a lot of
Like,
slaves
I learned
went.
about this bit by bit since I've been down here. And it's like, then when I just got hearing what was being told about how the cops are and everything, that was new to me too, because I was not expecting that. Because since I've been there, it seems so quiet and suburban and chilling to me. Like no one really bothers nobody for it. But I do see the certain sides too. Like it's a level to, it's like a game basically. Like it's like you step in the wrong place, wrong lane, you can get dealt with.
Yes.
I know that type of lifestyle because I see that.
And they
already.
and they show that here because I have I was pulling out of my house and
And one thing, my only biggest pet peeve that I have, no matter, and this is all around, it ain't just Colombia, it's just anywhere in the world. People get judged and don't even know your situation, your story. Why? But like you were saying earlier, like just because someone's homeless don't mean because they're having addiction or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own personal reasons why they became homeless.
Yeah.
They could have became through a domestic violence
Yeah,
relationship.
I was in a
It could-
domestic
it could have come
violence.
from an abusive relationship.
Yeah, I was in domestic
It could have been
violence.
on drugs. It could have been, like you said, it could be abuse or drugs. You just don't know.
or it could just be like they lost their job.
Exactly, and
And-
then because they try to get back on their feet and they end up losing everything. Because when I first started working when I was younger, because I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't smart with my funds, but I had a place and everything. But the problem that messed me up was I was too busy spending because I did pay my bills ahead of time. But what messed me up is I didn't have no money to fall backwards when it came to it.
Yeah.
I didn't have the money to fall back on, and that's what messed me up. That's when I had my first son. And it's like ever since I had my other kids, I've been trying to stay on top of things ever since. Because that taught me right there, okay, it's time to grow up. And I had to be real serious about me getting a place and having the kids and everything because I had to take things seriously. Because at first, I guess I wasn't really doing that. I was too busy because the money was coming in. It's like after I took care of this, that, and the third, I went and go splurge and I did whatever. And me not knowing how to save at times, it's like now going through what I'm going through is teaching me how to save.
But-
in case something does happen, I got something to fall back
But
on.
see, the thing is, I think too, also like it's a learned behavior. Like our
It's all
parents.
about discipline.
Yeah, it is about discipline, and like if we weren't taught these things, like how do we know these things?
See, because like I tell people, like, I ain't gonna lie. Me growing up as a child, I was always, when I used to always work and I used to get paid money left and right, it wasn't until late, till after I got out of high school and everything, I was trying to learn how to save and everything. Because my mom was trying to show me the last month before she passed 3 years ago when before COVID happened.
Yeah, God rest her soul.
And it's like, I tell someone, when you come from where I come from, knowing when you get money, all you know is to spend what you expect.
Yeah,
you
and
know how to save.
And that's the thing with minority community. We get money in the minorities.
Like you get it, but then like knowing how to budget and
And
save.
yes,
that's where the issue comes
and
in
then
at.
that's why they need to teach the kids in the school about economics.
And me coming up in school, I never had those kind of classes. Cause like I said, I was in Philly. I never had those classes. So of course, I never do any of that stuff.
But I also think it's
And I
set.
feel like every school should have that.
But
You know,
every
to a
school-
certain extent.
every
I
school
think
don't
when you
have
get to
that.
High school, that's when you know once you're about to go into the real world in high school. That's where I think that's where all that should come into play. They should have in classes.
Well, I think they should
how
have.
to budget it, know
Yeah,
how
I
to
think.
housing, budgeting.
I think they should have that in middle school and elementary school because
And I feel like they should have work programs too, like to help
Yes.
build their resume up. So when they actually
Yes.
try to get a job, depending on what they want to do, at least they have something on their resume to fall back on. Say, okay, I did community service, I did this, that, and the third. Especially if it involves with your field, that should be an A+ for you to help get in the door.
Yeah, and I feel-
sometimes too, you may have to do a job that you don't like just to get what you want. Because I had to go through that myself.
me
Like,
too.
I had to go through fast food jobs just to get to the big paying jobs that I do now. Because now I work at the warehouse jobs. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have to settle for what you got just to get what you want.
Yes.
'Cause not everything you're gonna get is gonna come to you like that. It don't
yes,
work like that.
yes, and the thing too. I'm going to end this, but I feel like they set minorities up, especially minority kids, in the inner city, to fail. Because I've lived in the
I
suburbs.
see it for myself. Like
I lived in the suburbs, and they had every kind of class there was. But then when I went, like, I'm talking about how to farm, agriculture. They don't have this in the inner city. They don't teach these kids how to grow their own food, how to live off the
And
land.
it's funny because it's so funny because I was talking to somebody about that. We was actually having a conversation about that because my kid's mama was actually had a conversation about this one time a while back ago about raising animals and things like that. You know how to farm because we used to live in Ohio and everything. We had a neighbor before they moved. They had a chicken coop and everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, they gave us an idea. We were thinking about growing fruits and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like if kids knew how to do that, that means and that's another way you can help budget too. If you know how to grow plants and fruits and everything,
Yeah.
that's less you have to spend in the market. Now I can see if you just do the fruits and everything, that's one thing, and all you gotta do is go get your meats and everything. But that's less when you're gonna come to the fruits and the vegetables. You can do that yourself.
Yes.
You know how to wash them, cut them up, and everything like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind doing that if I could do that. If I had the land and the property to do it, I would do that myself.
And-
I would have a reason to go to them.
And you might have you might have that one day. You have to speak it into existence.
Exactly. See, and I
Yes.
tell people like if you can see it, if you can see it,
Visualize
if you
it.
can vision and see it, you can make it happen. You just gotta take the steps and know the procedures in order to make it happen. I believe anything you put your mind to, you can do it.
Yeah, me
That's what I
too.
feel.
And I thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
You guys, this is Jennifer Phillips, you guys. I'm going to end this. I'm sending light and love. And is there anything else you want to say?
All I gotta say is positive attitude, positive outcome. Stay blessed. Keep praying each and every day, and leave it up to the man above. Because without him, you can't do but so much in life without God on your side. And I'm telling you, living proof out here each and every day. Sometimes God sends you a message through people or things. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Thank you so much.
Stand up.
Yep. Light and love, you guys.
Always.
All right. Comment below. I'm going to put below where you can donate. Okay. Thank you.